This is Kardec Radio for Teens. Important life-changing events as seen through the Spiritist perspective. Now it's time for real-life dilemmas experienced by teens themselves. The Diaries of Belinda and Alex with Carol Correa.
Hello, dear friends. It is a great gift and a great joy to be with you once again. Today we are going to revisit Belinda's life-changing moments to experience together with her the beautiful emotions that are brought up to her beautiful heart as she works on her courage to open her heart to love others in spite of her preconceived understandings of who others may be, or who she might be, or how she may be perceived by others. As we have been discussing, dear friends, Belinda is working on letting go of fear and learning to make more and more decisions based upon the power of her heart, the power and her ability to love. So today we will hear from her directly the culmination of her ability to love as she opens her heart to serve others in her community and as she develops more and more loving relationships with those around her. After we listen to Belinda's own words, we are going to go back to our beautiful Spiritist philosophy as a point of reference to help us reflect upon the lessons that we may want to think about based upon Belinda's life-changing, transforming experiences. So let us now open our ears and our hearts and minds to listen to Belinda and learn from her as we reflect upon her beautiful experiences. So here we go. Dear Diary, oh my God, I know I haven't written on you for a very long time. Sorry, I know you're my best friend, but wow, the past few months have been crazy with the internships that I have been doing and applying for jobs because I'm about to graduate. And did I tell you I ended up finding a job tutoring students who are on their first year? Yeah, I know. I'm super busy taking classes, working at the hospital, applying for jobs, tutoring, and of course, very importantly, dating my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Alex. Can you believe, dear diary, that we have been together for a year now? Incredible! Time flies. So much has been going on. That's why I haven't written much on you. I'm so sorry. You know that deep down you're still my BFF, right? So are you ready for me to catch you up on what's going on in my life? You're not gonna believe it. So here we are. I decided to throw a little birthday party to this adorable, adorable, adorable lady who I have become friends with at the hospital. She's in the geriatric department, and initially she wasn't able to talk much because she had a stroke, but with a lot of therapy and with me blabbing on her ear again and again every time I did my internship there, she finally started talking, and now she's talking away, and she's such a lovely woman. She's about to really truly recover. I can't believe it. She may be able to leave the hospital, and I was thinking, she doesn't have family around and her birthday is coming up, so I decided to throw her a party. So I was amazed, dear diary, because my mom offered to make the cake, my dad offered to decorate, Alex's parents offered to buy her gifts, Alex offered to buy her flowers, and wow, even Belinda offered to make her a gift. Can you believe it? My own very sister offering to make someone a gift. Talk about miracles, right? And so our home looked really, really beautiful thanks to everyone's efforts. And we, boom, surprise our beautiful guest with this great birthday party. But wow, dear diary, here it comes. News break of the year. I did not see that coming. When everybody was busy enjoying the cake that my mom baked so lovingly, Alex pushed me aside. You wouldn't believe this. And he said that this past year was the happiest year of his life, and that he knows he will be a much happier person if he, it's even hard for me to say it, if I can be with him forever. Can you imagine that? Never would I have guessed that Alex would propose to me. You wouldn't believe how beautiful it was, dear diary. He got down on his knees and he said, "Dear Belinda, you are my soulmate. I adore you and admire you and would like to grow by your side. I know that our lives won't be perfect. I know that we will fight. I know that we have a lot to learn with one another. I know we will push each other's buttons. I know fairy tales don't really truly exist, but I know that together we can make the effort to become better people and to really bring out the best in our hearts." How beautiful is that, dear diary, for a proposal. Did you see that coming? I didn't either. And here's more. When he said those beautiful words to me, everyone in our family was all around us looking at me, waiting for an answer. Guess what I said, dear diary? Guess what I said? You're not gonna guess it, right? Guess. You have a 50-50 chance, dear diary. Here we go. Of course, I said yes. But here comes even another surprise. He got a little box out of his pocket, and of course, being as traditional as I am, I thought that that was an engagement ring, but wrong. Big surprise yet again. He gave me, dear diary, the key to a new home so that I could offer a better home to me, myself, him, and our families to live together, to give my parents finally a better place. And he even built in a little apartment for our adorable older lady friend to join us. Can you believe it? All of my family together as one finally? Wow, I didn't expect that. And with graduation coming and applying for jobs, those thoughts of changing my life so beautifully never crossed my mind, dear diary. Isn't it beautiful how God surprises us when we least expect it? And even isn't it amazing how incredibly transformative the gift of love is? I mean, a year ago, dear diary, you know me, a year ago, I never would have thought that my heart would have opened so much, that so much love could fit inside. Can you imagine that, dear diary? I hope you can feel the love in my words, because the love certainly feels good. Bye, dear diary. I love you. So, dear friends, you can feel and hear the transformation that Belinda has experienced. How powerful is that, right? You may be wondering, how does our beautiful Spiritist philosophy explain those transformations? Well, if we turn to the Gospel according to Spiritism, we know there is a chapter entitled Faith Removes Mountains. And as Belinda became more aware of her limitations and became more aware of the fact that she was operating through fear in the recent past, she started reflecting upon herself and her actions, and with faith and determination, she started opening her heart very, very slowly. And Jesus himself himself, my dear friends, have said, if you have faith as little as a grain of mustard seed, you shall say to the mountain, move to the other side, and the mountain shall move. Now, if we think about it, dear friends, and these are Jesus' actual words, our guide and model, the governor of this planet, when he was incarnate amongst us, he told us that all we would need to do to engage in a transformative and liberating process would be to have faith as small as a grain of mustard seed. Have you ever, dear friends, stopped to think about the size of a mustard seed? It's very, very tiny. If you look it up, mustard seed on Google Images, you will see that what Jesus is asking of us or proposing to us is that we make a tiny baby step type effort in getting to know ourselves, and then he will do the rest as the model and selfless master that he is. He's more than willing to offer us all the love and support we need to transform ourselves and reach our goals to its most highest, most beautiful purposes. How lovely is that? To know that we don't need to be perfect, that we don't need to be like the best person in the world to achieve our goals. All we need is to have faith as little as a grain of mustard seed and to daily care for it as we would care for a little flower that is blossoming. So you may be asking yourself, how to care about such a beautiful but tiny seed which carries all the potential for transformation and for us to allow us to reach our very own goals. How to do that? Well, dear friends, we propose that we do that through creating tiny little habits. For example, we can do that by fostering the habits of affirmations. Louise Hayes is not per se a spiritist, but she is very much aligned with the Christ consciousness. So she has developed a set of cards called I Can Do It cards. And these cards have beautiful drawings in them, and they each offer a beautiful affirmation that can help us feed our souls so we can reach our goals. For example, I myself selected one of those cards from the deck yesterday and received a beautiful message which I would like to share with you so we can all work on believing in our own very own divine transformational power. And that saying is, I know I can create miracles in my life. And as you know, dear friends, as you may know, this is in very much alignment with our Spiritist doctrine, because in the book Genesis, there is a chapter which focuses on fluids and tells us that thoughts, our very own thoughts, create forms, and that those forms are actually living energies that can propel us forward. So why was Belinda able to reach her goals and surpass her expectations and be surprised by life so beautifully? Because, dear friends, she started transforming her thoughts and shifting her thinking from a paradigm of fear to a paradigm of love. So we may consider this week, how may we ourselves undergo this transformation? One tool that we have available for us is the tool of affirmations. One particular affirmation I shared with you is, I know I can create miracles in my life. Another tool that we have, dear friends, is to read a positive message every day. The positive message could come from any particular book that we already enjoy reading, so that we become used with train both our physical brain and our spiritual brain to elevate its energetic frequency, because we are, dear friends, energetic beings, as proposed by the illuminated spirits who have inspired Allan Kardec. So we are on earth, dear friends, according to the illuminated spirits, to learn to elevate our frequency of thought and our frequency of feelings. So again, one tool we have is to read and think of affirmations. Another tool we have is to read a positive message for a few moments a day to help us reflect on our own divine potential. So one particular saying that I really, really like is by Gandhi. He again is not a spiritist per se, but he is in very much alignment with the Christ consciousness. And Gandhi says, "Be the change you would like to see in the world around you." So what does that mean? Let's unpack that. Instead of demanding changes from others constantly, and instead of hoping that we are attended to just like children would hope at 2 or 3 years of age, we instead practice changing ourselves so that we are the role models that we expect others to be. And as we learn in Andre Lewis's book, Action and Reaction, each action we produce, my friends, takes us to a reaction. So if we, for example, hope that others start treating us with kindness, let us take the challenge upon ourselves and practice speaking with kindness. That way, our new action will therefore trigger a new reaction, which will change the ambience or the way we see our interactions with the people around us. So it seems very simple, and in fact, engaging in changes is simple, as long as, dear friends, we are willing to practice those changes consistently. In the book Living Spring, Emmanuel, the spirit mentor of our beloved Chico Xavier, reminds us that we are just like Christ. Can you believe that? That we are just like our guide and model? You may wonder, wow, so how come we don't behave like him? Still, Emmanuel proposes to us that all we need to do to actually achieve a Christ-like mind and spirit is to engage in effort and repetition. So the more we feed ourselves with positivity and love, the more we are able to become more positive and more loving, like Belinda has become herself, as you can see in her progression throughout all of her beautiful diary entries. Because she is learning to accept herself as she is therefore, as a result, receiving more love from those around her. So let us now visualize a beautiful heart surrounding us. Let us visualize this beautiful heart and see emerging from this heart our guide and model, Christ. The light from his beautiful presence is so intense that we feel the temptation of closing our eyes. But his presence is so invitational and so loving that we are drawn to him. And we place our hands upon his hands, and we thank him dearly for every act of love that has been performed and offered to us, for every smile we ever received, for every act of kindness that was ever offered to us, for the beautiful spirit mentors who support us day in and day out, for the beautiful and transformative spiritist literature that is available to feed our souls, for every word of kindness that was offered to us, for every opportunity of service that was given to us, for those who serve us so selflessly, for those who express gratitude constantly for the gift of our lives. Let us now practice serving them and asking our brother, guide, and model, Jesus, to surrender and surround them in His eternal, everlasting, unconditional love. And let us pray together so that we have the courage to love ourselves and, like Belinda, to start making decisions out of love by recognizing the loving potential that Christ has placed within our hearts, not only in ourselves, but also in the hearts of others. Let us see every action, every word, every thought we engage in as a gift of love from the Divine Creator. Let us make ourselves, dear friends, instruments of divine love as the sun shines every day. Let us allow our hearts to shine from within outwards, transforming the way we see ourselves and others. Let us pray so that we have the courage to recognize the presence of divine loving Christ within our own very actions, our own very thoughts, our own very words. And let us propose to look at one another as gifts from the Creator. Let us challenge ourselves to find the gift of love, divine in nature and everlasting, in everyone around us. So be it. So let us hope, dear friends, that these vibrations of love, fraternal and hopeful, joyful love, embrace you throughout the week and remind you of your beautiful and divine nature, so that you can continue to find your very best, the treasures that our Creator has offered you in every step that you take. And until we meet again, we wish you many, many beautiful and loving blessings.